Hello and welcome, my starter leaves. So today we make a little thought experiments in what if there were different starter Pokemon in each generation. I am completely disregarding all evolutions and we just imagine that these base forms all have 3 stages that fit a starter pretty well. In some cases they automatically do, in others they don't. But, well, you will see what I have chosen, and I hope you like it. And like and subscribe to my channel and this video and stuff, you know. So, let's get on with Kanto. Oddish is a pretty solid choice for the grass-type starter, because it basically oozes a lot of charm, and I would definitely choose it in the beginning. I would change the evolutions around a bit, sure, but, you know, what can you do? Oddish is a great pick, I think. Growlithe for fire, I was a bit reluctant about, because it has a counterpart in Vulpix, but the little fire doggo just works as a starter, and let's just disregard unofficial duos here, so let's go with that. Poliwag for water, because obviously it fits. It's a roundish boy. I just wish we also had a roundish fire type here, but oh well, you can't have everything. Also, Poliwhirl is the favorite Pokemon of the Pokemon creators, so, well, one of them at least. So that's great, isn't it? Hoppip as the grass-type starter for Johto basically works in the same way as Oddish. It is kind of an unofficial counterpart, you could say. I like this choice a lot, so yeah, it's solid enough. Albeit not very green. They don't all have to be green. Slugma, believe it or not, is a Gen 2 Pokemon. Yeah, I never questioned that, but I can see why a lot of people think it's a Gen 3 Pokemon. And now it has officially become a starter. Unofficially, officially, of course. Chinchou is a choice I'm not all too happy with, but it also is kinda the best choice the region gives me, so yeah, well, we gotta go with that. An electric type starter would be interesting though. Like, as a secondary type. Seedot starts us off at Hoenn, and I think this line could just be a starter as is. You don't even need to change anything. Well, maybe except the evolution methods. Those do not work well, but we ignore those as well. It's just about the base forms. Numel is a weird pick. I agree, but given what Hoenn gives us, I think it is the most solid pick as well. So Numel it is. Sweal, I am a fan of it because the whole line already looks like a starter line, though I kinda see it more as an ice type. First and foremost, it is still a water type, and if we remove the ice type from the base form, I think we're good to go. Now on to Sinnoh. Badu is working because while Roselia is a Gen 3 Pokemon and I rather not do it like that, it's just a good and solid starter Pokemon in my eyes. And well, Sinnoh gives us a lot of problems. Like this next Pokemon. Magby is a Gen 2 Pokemon. Magmortar though is a Gen 4 Pokemon, and given that Sinnoh just dislikes fire types, it is the actual only choice I could do. Because the other one would be Heatran, and yeah, that doesn't work. Weasel seems a bit odd. It is not as amphibian as water type starters usually are, but I think it still works pretty well, and the connection to water is there, obviously, in this water type. So, yeah, let's take that. And move on overseas to Unova. Swaddle, yeah, cute little grass bug. I think the evolutions should be a bit different, granted. But, hey, wouldn't you choose this as your first partner Pokemon? Litwick is one of the very few 3-stage type fire evolution lines there are out there if you not include the starters. It's weird that fire is that way, but oh well. I think Litwick is a solid starter. Timple now! This was made to be a starter, wasn't it? The middle stage looks like a teeny, and then we have that big final stage. This is just a starter that never was a starter, honestly. Yeah. And now move on to Kalos. Skiddo! Because what else will you pick in Kalos, which gave us so little Pokemon that our choices are very limited and basically write themselves, just in a bad way. Litleo for fire though, I really like because it just has the charm of a starter Pokemon. Maybe make it a bit more red or something, but it would totally work. Clauncher for water because, frankly, show me a different water type you could do for Kalos. I dare you. Formantis for Alola works very fine, and no, it should not be bug type. That would defeat its whole purpose of being a fake bug. But, well, maybe add fighting type or fairy or something, that would work. Salandit was the only real choice for fire here because, well, the other fire type that was introduced was a big dragon turtle, and that doesn't work for a starter. We would need to take away the gimmick here though, that only females evolve, but that's what you gotta do. It's still a solid choice, and honestly I could see this as a starter. Dewpider works better than Wishy-Washy, definitely. Also wouldn't need the removal of Wishy-Washy's gimmick, which is kinda its whole thing. So yeah, Dewpider, we can deal with that, definitely. That's okay. That's an okay pick. Now on to Galar. Gossifleur is basically the secondary grass type starter of this region anyway. And that's why I picked all three of those. Though Gossifleur is the only one of these three that doesn't have a Gigantamax form, and that's just why. It was predestined for that. Like, I mean, it would have been perfect, this unofficial trio of secondary starters that are much better than the monkeys. Why do you do this girl so dirty? Sizzlypede being the second of the three mentioned secondary starters. At least I always have seen these three as such. Did you as well? Well, Sizzlypede is a bit odd as a starter, I agree, but I still think we can do it like that. Yeah, that works, yeah, it definitely works. Johto being the third of these pseudo starters, now turning into actual starters, but not really, because this is just a video made by a crazy fan of Pokemon. At least I'm not as lecherous as other Pokemon fans are. What do you see in Gardevoir? That's like, no, they are all our animals. Why are you so weird? Yeah, back to Johto. Johto is cute. Johto is nice. Johto has starter charm going on. So, yeah, perfect. Paldea now! Oh boy. Smoliv is a solid choice and the best choice of the three, I agree, because I kinda do not like the other two I have chosen, but with what Paldea has given us, there isn't much in the grass, fire and water types, you know? One is a grass and fire type in the end, which we can't have as a starter, that would be weird. But Smoliv is solid. A solid small Smoliv. Charcadet for fire, well, you need to remove the split evolution, and that's the most cool thing about this, but you gotta agree, this little one is definitely having some charm that starters do have, right? And it could become a firefighting type. Those are kinda rare for the starters, aren't they? It's just working too well, and yeah, look at the other options. Oh, whoops, there aren't really any. Finizen for water. So I would make the third stage here definitely the superhero form of the evolution and skip the similar looking evolution altogether, even though I like that idea. But what can you do about that, right? It's just how it is with Finizen, and yeah, it's not really walking on land, which is unlike any other water type starter. But then again, you can use other fish Pokemon, so yeah, the little dolphin, it is. And that is it. Do you have any different picks? What would you choose? Tell me in the comments below. Also, leave a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did. You gotta. I mean, it was made by moi. Enough of that. And, well, also check out this video over here, because it's a good video. And I hope to see you next time as well. Until then, bye!